Last week was all about the fundamental shot of handling a hanger 20. Now this week we're going to kick it up a notch and we're going to nail down the drill that's going to allow you to consistently improve the percentage of open 20s that you hit. Let's take a look. Now I would encourage you to start this the exact same way that we talked about with the hanger 20s last week. Set yourself up with a few of those, drop those hanger 20s to build your confidence, then practice a few open 20s before you launch into this drill. Now I hear different people talk about how they practice their open 20s. They'll say, well, I sit down at the table and I don't move on to other drills until I've hit 10 20s in a row or 20 20s in a row. Now, me personally, I don't find that overly effective. What you're going to look at now is what I find is the best way to measure how you're doing with your open 20s. And one of my great coaches that I've had is a guy by the name of Craig Valentine, and he likes to say what gets measured gets improved, or what gets recorded gets rewarded. So let's have a look at what that looks like. What I'd like you to do is take 10 buttons of the same color, and that's all you're going to have around on the board. You set them off to the side and you simply start shooting your open 20s. If they miss, they go in the gutter. If you drain those open 20s, then they go into a 20 holder if you have it, or just off to the side. And once you're done your 10, you're going to write down the score that you got. After you do that 10 times, so you have attempted 100 open 20s, you will have a percentage. I sat down and did that drill, and I ended up with a score of 76%. So now tomorrow, when, not if, when I do this drill again and I shoot 100 open 20s, I will know whether I'm getting a little bit better or I'm slacking. And it also gives me the opportunity to figure out what it is that's leading me to success and what it is that's leading me to putting more buttons in the gutter because they've missed. Now, just like last week, I am going to practice what it is that I'm talking about here. Every day for the next 7 days, at least, I am going to take my 100 shots and I will post the results that I get. I'd encourage you to do the same. And if you don't want to post it publicly, at least record it yourself, and I guarantee with some consistency you will be rewarded with a higher percentage of open 20s being dropped, and you'll see improvements in your game there on out. Now, our first couple of weeks of tips have been fairly simple. We've had the hanger 20, then we've had the open 20. Next week, we are going to look at a drill that is fun, it's dynamic, it works on probably 8 different skills because every time you do it is a little bit different. So come on back next week for a new and exciting challenge. Make it a great day.